Midland Exteriors is proud to be a presenting sponsor of Colbert on Golf. Just as Jim Colbert pursued excellence on the course, Midland Exteriors is committed to excellent products for your home and exceptional customer service for you. Midland Exteriors knows Kansas weather can be tough on your home, so we offer only fiberglass windows and seamless steel or fiber cement siding. It's the good stuff, and so is our service. Online at MidlandExteriors.com. Midland Exteriors, we've thought of everything.
Colbert Hills is one of the most unique golf experiences in the entire Midwest, and the hills are calling your name. Colbert Hills, you're going to experience huge elevation changes, tour-quality greens, and an award-winning design by Jim Colbert. Tee times, specials, and stay-and-play packages are available online at ColbertHills.com. Book a foursome or bring a huge group, and the staff at Colbert Hills will roll out its legendary hospitality. Who knows? You might even run into Jim at the tee box or after your round at Colbert's, which is so much more than just the 19th hole. Visit ColbertHills.com today. Continues, and we had one of those feel-good stories at Muirfield Village last week at the Memorial Phil Mickelson playing, and Jim, as it goes, every golfer has a house that they rent or a place that they stay, and when the day is done, you've finished with your golf, and you go home, and you get to make choices of whether you want to go to a restaurant or a bar or have pizza, as you said in the last segment, grab on the way home and take it home and eat. Everybody does something different. Phil Mickelson decided to stop and get some lemonade at a little house that apparently was somewhere near the course that he was driving by. Two little kids, about ages 6 and 8, brother and sister out there selling lemonade for $1 a cup, and here's the story in the little kids' words.
All we were doing was sitting here, and then all we saw was this white car drive up, and it was close, and he just opened the door and said, "Can we have a glass of lemonade?" And then all it took was one little thing for him to give us a good tip.
How much of a tip did he give you?
$100.
What are you going to do with $100?
Save it up for Kindle. That's what she's doing. I'm saving up for something else.
What are you saving up for?
I think I'm saving up for a Nerf gun.
All right, the little boy's going to get a Nerf gun and the little girl's going to get a Kindle. Phil Mickelson gave him $100 for one cup of lemonade. He's pretty much legendary for this, isn't he, Jim?
He certainly is. You know, when I played with him at Del Mar a couple of years ago, he and I and Billy, and we at the turn, we got a little sandwich at the snack bar and everything, and everybody just, was there, and then Phil kind of watched and waited till everybody left, and I saw him go back and gave the guy $100 there. When we finished playing, they take care of your clubs. Everybody tips the boys, everything, and everybody kind of goes into the clubhouse. And I turn around, I watch Bill. He gives those guys $100, and he tries to do it quietly. He's not flagrant. We were inside. We had I don't know how many Diet Cokes we must have had between the three of us. And again, we leave. Okay, let's go out the car. And he's the last one out, and I saw him throw $100 on the table, for our waiter, and. He just does that, and I will say this, when you are like a Phil Mickelson or a well-known athlete, even for myself, the tip money is the cheapest money you can spend, because your name's going to come up with somebody, and they've only been in your presence maybe 5 minutes or waited on a table or something, and somebody's going to say something about Colbert or Phil, and that person's going to say, "Oh, he's a good guy," or "I like him," or "I don't like him," or, "He's a cheap screw." Tip money for a celebrity, and I know I've been around you and how you handle all that. When you're in a little bit of the limelight and stuff, that it's the best way to go, and it's the cheapest money you can spend. And I know I am like that. You are. People that are working, man, I can't tip them enough. It's I'm not too much the guy on the street corner, but when the guy's working, any person that's working, I'm in both hands.
Well, Phil is also a little bit notorious for when he's always got a glove ready or something in his bag if he hits a fan somewhere on a golf course, and he's handed out golf gloves and things like that before with $100 bills in them or multiple $100 bills in them. And we had that happen at the Memorial this weekend. The last hole of the tournament, Justin Rose hit a fan in the head on the 72nd hole. Very important. He had to get up and down then from there to make a playoff. Now, he lost in the playoff to David Lingmerth. he gave a glove and signed it to the fan, but there was no money in it. And I thought, doggone it, Phil's giving $100 for a cup of lemonade to little kids, and Justin Rose hit a guy in the head on the last hole. And I don't want to say all he got was a signed glove, but, he did make a joke afterwards. Said, I do owe the guy a beer. I should buy him a beer sometime. Well, that's going to be hard to happen. But I don't know. What is protocol when a pro hits a fan? Is it very pro to pro, or what's protocol when something like that happens?
Well, Kevin, I got to say I'd be guilty like Justin Rose because we've all hit a lot of people. I mean, it happens. And, a signed golf ball, signed glove seems to be the thing at the moment. I just never thought about giving anybody any cash. There was one that I hit off a tree in Atlanta 100 years ago and back in the woods, and there wasn't supposed to be anybody over there, and the marshals let an older couple go in there, and my ball hit the gal on the head coming down, put some stitches in her head, and, I went over there and gave everybody my insurance information, and, of course, the tournament has it and all that kind of stuff because she had to go get treated. But the $100 would do it. That'd be a lot, they'll save the glove and spend the $100. That works for me.
Right, there you go. I just didn't know exactly what the protocol is on something like that. It's probably a terrible feeling. I talk to baseball players all the time. We had the lady at Fenway Park last week almost died. She had life-threatening injuries, and they saved her from the splintered bat that went in and hit her in the head. But baseball players cringe all the time when they hit foul balls in the stands. Zach Greinke on Sunday night of the Dodgers hit one in the seats that would look very scary at one moment. It's not a very good feeling hitting somebody with a golf ball, I'm sure.
Right. No, it's lethal. There was one person in the U.S. Open a long time ago that actually died on the course. He was standing behind a tree, and a guy was hitting a 2-iron or something, going to hit a low ball out under the tree, and I don't know whether the guy, the spectator or whatever, thought he'd hit or was wondering why he hadn't hit. And, he stuck his head out from behind the tree to look back there and caught it right in the forehead and went down dead. That's the only story I remember of real serious nature on the PGA Tour, but it hit him right between the eyes. But back in those days, all the time, we didn't have ropes everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot safer now, but I wouldn't stand where a lot of these spectators stand when I'm hitting, I'll tell you that.
No.
They must think we never miss it.
Well, I've got friends that get in front of me and think that I'm not going to hit a bad shot. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Stand behind me, please. Everybody stay back.
Exactly.
It can be dangerous out there, no doubt about it. Great fun this week, Pro. We wish you all the best at your birthday celebration with Mr. Hubbard this week out in New Mexico. We'll take good care of the Crowfoot families. We try to raise a little money for the K-State and Texas Tech golf teams, and we'll do it all again next week. How's that sound?
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
All right, there's Jim Colbert, the namesake right here of Colbert on Golf.